we must deliberately stand against.
You have collected money. You have collected money.
It is normal. Every day I see it.
They don't give her
money.
From beginning to end.
They give me money. And you know, then they start spreading this narrative. Seyi, you don't relocate. And I'm wondering to myself, family. Say family. And then the next thing, when they come with the narrative that he has relocated, and then they see that he's still in Nigeria, then I say, why you carry your family? And I ask them, your candidate once lived abroad with his family.
Abio.
When you people voted Buhari, I didn't vote Buhari. So I can be critical of the Buhari's administration, but that doesn't mean that if Buhari has done something good, I shouldn't be able to say it.
Like the Lagos-Ibadan Express Road today. As of today, Buhari ni as bad as we claim he is.
Recently, he signed about 16
yes.
bills. One of those bills for me
is
what I have waited for all my entire life to see in this country. The fact that states can now generate their own electricity. If Lagos in another 4 years does not have 24 hours electricity, 7 days a week, in another 4 years, then we can say that Lagos government has failed.
We can
hold them to that.
Accountable.
And I can also invest in that line.
Do you understand? So I want to appreciate each and every one of you for coming tonight. And I want to appeal to my colleagues who are entertainers. It doesn't take anything from us when you, maybe out of mistake, put out something that is false, and then they correct you. It doesn't take anything to apologize, delete it, and make amends. It doesn't take anything. And we must not be selective when it comes to our voice. Because the next thing I saw online, they said MC Oluomo said this one. Then all the Yorubas must come and kneel down and beg. And my colleagues are amplifying it. And I said, when somebody like me was speaking, when Nnamdi Kanu started the Biafra Secret Service, and we're talking against it, how many of you spoke then? You all refused to speak. Today, unknown gunmen are thriving in the East. I might not have been from the Southeast, but my wife is from the Southeast. I would love my children to visit their mother's hometown, but if it is not safe, would I want them to be there? Would I want them to be there? So if the Southeast does not concern me, it concerns the future of my children.
And we should talk about it. We should see it as a concern.
Not when it suits us or when people will hail us. We don't need hailing before we speak. When I made that post about Nnamdi Kanu, you needed to see the curses that were under that post. But today, the problem in the Southeast is everybody's concern. Imagine a people killing their own brains and talents.
Yes.
Somebody like Dora Kuyili's husband, murdered in cold blood. In cold blood. If that woman had not given anything to this nation, we are forever grateful for the revolution that she brought to NAFDAC.
Yes.
Yes. We must learn to speak not when it is convenient, but because it is a duty.
And it's a concern that needs to be raised.
The truth out there.
Amen.
The truth out there. And before you know what we're saying, they say maybe because he wants to go for a political post tomorrow. That's why you're stopping.
Even if you go for a political, is it a crime?
If I decide to do it, I have been
it's not a crime. You're a Nigerian.
You must not be afraid, even if your voice is different from every other person's voice.
Why do I say that?
In 2012, when everybody was clamoring that there must not be fuel subsidy removal, that they must not remove fuel subsidy, I went on that stage in Ojota that day. I will never forget. Idris had come up before me and he was cursing those people who supported Jonathan. And when I came out, I said, we are not here to curse at ourselves as citizens. We are here to make demand of the government. And the demand was what we must talk about.
Thank you.
If you are going to remove fuel subsidy, would you remove it and channel the money saved from fuel subsidy removal to our health sector, to our education? Yeah. Would you be accountable when you remove it? These are questions that we should ask, not that they shouldn't remove it. Because whether we like it or not, fuel subsidy will go somewhere one day, back soon. And when I said that thing, I will never forget the late Joe Odumaki came on stage.
Later, Yinka Odumaki. Joe is still alive.
Yinka Odumaki came on stage and he collected the microphone from me. That what I'm saying is not what the people want to hear. Okay. But I said to myself that I'm grateful that I made that statement that day. Because it is 2012. Years later, we ask ourselves, if they have removed this fuel subsidy, we would have suffered for it at that period, and today we will have been grateful for it. Today we still have issue on that. In 2016, when my daughter was barely 3 months old, Two-Face called for a protest, and then he backed out. Understandably so. But every entertainer refused to come out. I was the only entertainer amongst the people who took the walk from stadium to National Art Center where we held the protest. I spoke. I called out names even to Babatunde Raji Fashola. Because we must learn to hold our leaders accountable,
special,
no matter who they are.
Special creation. Leave my space. Please.
You understand? We must hold them accountable whether we like it or not.
You don't have to be here.
No matter who they are.
Nitwit.
And then, this is 2023. Yes, Nigerians are aggrieved. It is understandably so. There is pain in the land, and we want things done differently. But whether you like it or not, if they refuse, if the government, no matter what they do, if you as an individual refuse to put in the work, you will suffer. Even if government decides to share money to everybody. Yes. Why some people will invest their money, some people will use their own money to buy food from those who have invested in food, and they will come back to peddle it. So we must learn to know that no matter what the government do, we as a people must work and put in the right work to get the desired result that we want. I have said something, that this coming administration, whether we like it or not, as a people, because I have lent my voice to see that Asiwaju is elected, Sanwo-Olu is elected, that our voices must become the voice of the opposition.
Benny,
we must
preach it. We will be the one to antagonize this government if they don't do what they are meant to do.
Yes. We must
because we stand for truth. We stand for our children. We will speak the truth at all times.
I'm sorry to take the words from your mouth. Number one, I did vex for you saying I have celebration of telling you about it. But it's okay, you're welcome. From where you just stopped, I'm going to say the problem we citizens have as a one Nigeria is the fact that when they want to fight, they want to fight. There's a time to fight, there's a time to work, there's a time to support.
God bless you.
The fact that the government is not doing well and you stand as the opposition does not say that when you need to support them, you shouldn't support them. When you start to support the government, people now start to say, what if Foluke, what if Seyi? We need to change the narrative. Listen, like I said before this, I have seen it in a clear vision. Tinubu does not have agenda for the youth. It was all campaign. But if you all stand up, that if election failed you, your voice and your strength, which is the only inheritance that you all have as Nigerians, should not fail you. You don't have anything again. The only thing that you have now is your national anthem and your voice. like Seyi said, everybody now has to rise to opposition. Because the people who you call your politicians that are supposed to be the opposition, don't forget they are chameleons. They are the ones who will start to switch from LP to APC, APC to LP, PDP to APC. That is their own institution where they thrive. That's the school, that's their big business entity. So they don't mind changing garments and uniforms at any point in time. They are shameless. They are caliber of men who don't understand the word called shame. But every one of you is the government. If you don't rise up to that responsibility, this same government is not going to do anything. Together, they can't do anything. When election came, everybody was like, just as they told you are quiet, you're quiet. Listen, when I flew in from London, just 72 hours to election, I said it. When God told me this is what is going to happen, and I said it. Ile baba ni o, ile mama wa ni o, ile oyin, ile wara, Nigeria is our own. What it means is, whether you are Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, let's leave this thing now. This thing was just a weapon to disseminate and to destroy the love that we have. Do you understand? Nigeria, it's not about the tribe, not about religion. Hausa, Igbo, Bini, Yoruba, Nigeria is our banner. Nigeria, my Nigeria, Nigeria is our own. So if you want to be a troll on social media, or you want to sit by the comment section, listen, while some of us are shouting, you are the ones who are suffering the most of the pain. Because it is you people, artisans don't suffer anything. If your tire deflates, you go vulcanizer. If you sell a 15 and a 15, you can't inflate your tire yourself. You have to pay it. Pepper seller go sell. It is you and I that are doing businesses, trading exchange, burning diesel. Do you understand? Paying school fees abroad, traveling to Dubai and all that. You are the ones suffering. And the space you people have to communicate with one voice and stand as a citizen is the same space people sit down there and you start to troll each other. You start to weaken the energy of the people that even have the strength. Not everybody has the strength to talk. But the few ones that have the strength to stand up for every other people, instead of you to support them, all you people want to do is to troll them, negate them,
curse them,
weaken them. And some of you think it's by the gun, but not by the knife. It is not by the gun, nor by the knife.
You guys silencing the people that
want
to support you.
The words are mightier than the sword. What you say, some people would demoralize them. Look at Uncle Dele Farotini. The same Uncle Dele Farotini that is supporting, that is always speaking against the ill of this government. He has gotten to the point where he said he needs to get out of this system now. Because this system is nothing but shit. Who caused it? We caused it. Because when this man was talking, some people say you're talking shit. When he was supporting some people say, why are you supporting him? So if you continuously kill the people who stand up for everybody, listen, this government, no government cares about anybody. The government doesn't care about anybody. And that is why we are being treated the way we are treated. I have had the opportunity to sit down with the higher mighty in this country. And what they tell me is, Tom, your people will only shout and they will keep quiet. And that is what it is. Where is the energy before election now? Everybody, all you Israel, they've gone back to their tent. So just to buttress what Mr. Seyi has said, he can continue with his speech. You all need to wake up from your slumber. You all need to stop the bullying. It's not a solution to our problem. You need to rise as an opposition. Let it be known that you are the opposition. If the government is not doing anything right, say just 72 hours ago, they were talking about governor not approving the 5 million naira. Imagine you're carrying the governor to show what he needs to approve. These are the things we are talking about. But some of you don't want to talk.
Exactly. And the ones that are talking are being frustrated to keep quiet.
They have turned our problem into content. Our problems have become content for bloggers.
I'm telling you.
Even so-called celebrities, everybody, they now do video, monetize it because they know that you people will swoop in on those videos.
Of course.
And cause other people.
We can do better. Mr. Seyi, please continue. We can
do better. Thank you so very much for coming. In fact, the bulk of it has been said. And I'm happy that we are here. We might be few, but our voice
is strong.
Yes. And it starts from things like this.
Was it on DARAMOLA that initiated it? Yeah. I was the first person to get to toll gate. From toll gate, DSS followed me to my house. For 6 good months, The least number of DSS that was always present in my house, nothing less than 40 to 50. But I tell them, find your way into my compound. So people don't know the risk. People don't know the risk that some of us
know that during that NSAS, I was recording when he first started in Ikeja. I was recording in Ikeja.
Don't get me alone. Only me. No other person. Anybody.
Me, I was even at Ikeja. I was recording. When I finished my recording, I will go in the evening. I will buy water, buy pie, and all those stuff to go and share for the people who were staying in Ikeja for 2 good days. I was doing it. Before I came, and we were the first set of people that blocked Chevron toll gate and Chevron roundabout before somebody we could see them to enter to the toll gate here. But when it got to some point, and I saw that some of my colleagues were coming there to come and do fashion parade and come and talk about self-achievement.
Self-achievement. Celebrities were coming, they were promising, I'm sending 2 million, dropping fake phone numbers. They were queuing to get on the podium.
I was seeing people come on the stage. We're doing posts.
Want to go photographer, want to go videographer, PA. Once they get on the stage, like I know of a celebrity that came with his wife and said if his wife is not climbing stage, he's not coming. Your guys from here, you can find your way home. We are not here to play. I was going to NSAS with my daughter. That same night, Canadian government called. They came to my house 2:35 in the middle of the night. British government found their way to my house around 3 a.m. in the middle of the night.
I told her,
I said, listen, I have a choice. I'm still in Nigeria, I have a choice. If I don't fight for this child, because whatever it is, one of the greatest things that any society or a metropolis can have is a safe street. A safe street where you can wake up and go. If Lagos runs on 24 hours, there won't be traffic in Lagos. But do we have a system that can enable Lagos to
walk 24 hours?
It's not possible. If Lagos cannot walk 24 hours, maybe for commercial reasons. What about people who want to enjoy themselves? Can they move? Socialize. Can they move in the middle of the night without being hacked, without being mocked? Those were part of the things we were talking about during NSAC. We want a safe street for our girls. I understand what it is to be educated today, and I understand what it is not to be educated. A lot of our girls are not living by their level of education. They are living by their beauty, their enhancement, and what the societal pressure is putting on them. And I can say it boldly, when we came out to talk, we didn't come out to talk because we feel what but Lagos is safe now.
Yes, sir.
And who are the people in charge of this? It is still the same government that we fight.
Benny.
So if you don't come out to complain or to say something, you don't expect the government to know that there's a problem. If I don't tell you I have tummy ache and I'm just here doing TikTok, you won't know.
Benny.
So you all have to learn to come out to say something that
lend your
this
voice
is not right.
Yes.
The government is willing to listen.
If there's a problem, let us address it.
So don't ignore the government. We got to where we are because we ignore. Listen, I told the government something one day. I said, there's a huge disparity between Lagos, the government and its citizens.
Benny.
People don't feel that there's a sense of belonging. Because as a government,
people are not being carried along.
America, UK, where we came with orientation, you are the first citizen. But here in this country, politicians, they do their own. Citizens, they do their own. Everybody don't do their own space. And now, during the election, everybody now comes out in mass, like, hey, this is this politics we are going to use to settle all this costs. No! Government and the people are one family. You must fight, you must relate, you must benefit one way or the other. So people should stop this issue of sitting down on social media and just trolling and fighting people. No, it's wrong. If you don't know your rights as citizens of what you want to benefit, what the government owes you, there are some people that they know their rights. Me, one thing I've always said is it is my right to live in a safe environment. Think of Kuba Wale, the Commissioner of Police Lagos State here, environment is not my back here. House of Rep, you know, one lord you send on here. But a lot of you don't even know where your local government chairman live. You don't even know where your House of Rep members. You don't know where they live. Remember the hotel. Remember the local government chairman. If you also remember the house, he just somebody that's when I look. He don't even call your back. You want better. Let's say because he is the problem I have. I don't have problem with the governor. Karamoni Kamabu governor. Karamoni Ambu governor. Karamoni Ambu commissioner. House of Rep. Don't gonna represent you. But a lot of you don't know. So from today, find out who your House of Rep members. Yes. Find out who your local government chairman is. Go and meet them. They are the show them. Show them. It's you. So when they know that you are doing all